Good afternoon, everyone. Tuesdays with Master Coach A. Welcome to episode 10. And today we're going to be talking about opportunities still in the world of printables. But on this specific episode, we will dive into the world beyond printables. So, are you called beyond printables? If your answer is yes, and if you want to know more about this, how are you called beyond printables? How you can explore the world beyond printables? Join me for the next 15 minutes. Do tag a friend in the comment. Let them know that you are joining me live today, and let them know that there are opportunities waiting for them in the world of printables and beyond. So, I am Master Coach A. Just in case you're meeting me for the first time, if you are hopping in, you're joining me, and you're seeing this face for the first time. This is Master Coach A. I am the Chief Community Builder here at Coach A Coaching Community, and I am building this tribe with fellow change agents, fellow entrepreneurs, fellow life coaches, fellow mental health practitioners. Okay? So if you are an entrepreneur, a life coach, a therapist, a counselor, and if you are in any field that provides service, you are welcome in this space. This community is actually for individuals who choose to stay alive and live beautifully by creating massive impact, income, and influence through training, coaching, and tribe building. In this space, we expand, we grow, we expand, and we thrive together. So just in case you are new and you have not really taken a full view of what we do inside the community, I invite you to take a look at the guides. There's a lot of opportunities in there. There's a lot of content that you can explore. And if there's more that you need, do send me a private message. So if you're an entrepreneur, once again, if you're an entrepreneur, a therapist, a counselor, a service provider, a life coach, whatever it is that you do today that provides service, or maybe you are one person who is into the conceptualization stage of your life where you conceptualize things, you are the think tank, okay? You are the one who think a lot of things for the growth, expansion, and the betterment of the world, then you are welcome in this community. If there is like no title yet that you can hear from me, like Coach A, I still don't hear what I do in this community, please let me know. You can send a message to me privately, or you can put there right now in the chat box and let me know what you do, and maybe there's something that we can explore together in this community. All right? So, moving on, just right now, I want to go straight in the world beyond printables. So if this is the first time, and this is the first time you're hearing about the world of printables, or what the word of printables, if you are new to the world of printables, well, basically we talk about the creative side, the creative arts, the works that when you say printables, it's an artwork that you can print, that you can put into publication, all right, that you can reproduce, you can use in textbook, in workbooks, in your coaching materials. Okay, so this is this world, and this world is just like gaining traction, really increasing massively, especially during this time of COVID, or during this time of pandemic, when a lot of schools have transitioned to homeschooling. So there's a lot of opportunities, not only for adults like us, not only for coaches like us in the world of printables, but also for children, because they have transitioned to homeschooling. So, but what I wanted you to dive in this afternoon, okay, so is the world beyond printables. What is it, and how it is that we can, a service provider, explore the world of printables to suit, okay, to promote, to expand whatever it is that we are doing right now as a service provider, okay? But before that, okay, I'd like to remind everyone that for this month, for the month of March, I've been like going around, sharing around the world of printables, because I'm looking for people who wants to partner with me as I launch our business line on printables. We're planning for that. We're working hard, double time for that, for April. So what I wanted to do is to promote, expand, and really provide this community with all the printables that you will be needing as a service provider. So I want to provide a one-stop shop membership site for everyone, and I'm looking for partners. So I'm not looking for people who would just be contributor and they leave. Find ways to earn a living. I'm looking for business partners. Okay, so I laid down the plan. I created the business plan. I created the business model. I have also the structure, the strategy to fly the business. And all I'm looking for are people who loves printables, who love creative arts. Okay, so I want to break the stigma. I want to break the mindset that if you are into creative, there's no money in it. All right, so I want to do that. So if you are one person who's into creative works, creative arts, this month of March, I am searching for you. I am looking for you, and I want to partner with you. I'm inviting you for partnership. So 2 weeks ago, we've started this and I invited people to come in online, on screen, and share the works. Okay, last week I said that if you are interested to partner with me, very simple, create a video. You can do it live or you can do it recorded. Just like send me a video, post a video here inside our community of the works that you do, like whatever it is that you do right now creatively, and you think you can help fellow parents, entrepreneurs, service providers with that. Let me know with the video, okay? And we'll connect. I'll let you know how to move forward from there. But all I need you to do is just show up and allow us to see the piece of your precious artwork. All right? So I'll continue the world beyond printables. Okay. If you are one person who's creative, if you are one person who's into the world of creative arts, okay, one thing that you would agree with me is that behind the works that we do, behind the things that we release, or behind the creative works that you publish or you share, or maybe you're still keeping it up on your closet, are stories. Okay, so beyond printables are actually stories. And this afternoon, I want you to expand. I want you to expand your imaginations. I want you to see the opportunities with printables. Beyond that is sharing your stories. Many of you also would remember, okay, that during the month of February, I was on the loose. I was out there looking for scholars. And I've got 25 scholars in the public speaking class. And today is actually the second module 2, okay, of the public speaking class. I've got 25 scholars, and last week we were joined by 17 other people who joined the scholars. And today, 6 p.m., we're hopping in on module 2. And module 2, we're going to be talking about the structure of a powerful message. And you see, most of the time, a powerful message contains your personal stories or stories of people you know, or maybe stories of people you've researched, okay? And you are connecting and you are resonating. And so in the world of printables, beyond that are truly great stories. Your story. Okay, your story, the story of people you love, people you know, people you're following. So beyond the printables, these creative works, okay, if you expound it a little more, okay, you will be able to see the opportunities that's waiting for you in storytelling. Okay, so if you are not yet part of the public speaking class, you still have time to join me for module 2. So everything that I'm doing in public speaking classes, okay, that whole training program is actually a 20 weeks journey, but you can hop in and you can join in specifically for the topics that you believe you can learn best, that you need to expand, to grow, and to thrive in whatever you're doing right now. So today at 6 p.m., I'm going to dive into the powerful message. Okay, how do you create your message? How do you share it? How do you speak about it powerfully? Okay, but how do you create that, okay, in a strategy that would connect with your audience and that would also lead you to a 6-figure speaking career. Okay, so going back to what I'm sharing today, if you are creative person, if you are one person who loves to draw, who loves sketches, or maybe you do a lot of tinkering with your hands, or whatever it is that is available, you can turn it into a creative piece. Okay, I want you to dive in right now and see that beyond that are stories that you can share to the world, stories that you can share with your clients, stories that you can use as many people would say lead magnet. But that's not how I want to term it. Because what I believe on is that people connect with our stories. If truly we share stories, okay, not just for the purpose of grabbing attention, yes, okay, when we share stories, we grab attention, we do invite conversation that later on can be converted to sales. We also do storytelling to create that feeling of connection, feeling of belongingness. Okay, so there's a lot of things that we can expound, okay, using stories. And think about how beautiful it could be if we've got these printables, if we've got these creative works, we've got these creative ideas, we've got these works, your artistic arts that we do, okay, and we can tell people the story behind that, the inspiration behind that. Maybe the people we've got in our mind when we're doing this. Those one life coach inside our tribe, his name is Coach Lau, okay, who's into stories. Okay, he creates images, he creates icons, he creates characters, okay, representing stories. And I remember there was one Christmas, he did a sketch of us, send it to us, and it warms our heart. So, how many of you can connect with me? If you can, please let me know in the chat box. Okay, let me know in the chat box that your creative works, the creative executions that you do speaks of a story, shares of a story, whether your personal story, stories of people you know, or people you are interested to know and interested to share. Okay? So there are four essential elements of good stories if you want to share using your printables and using your creative works. Okay? This is basic. You can expound on this, but if you are starting to explore the world beyond printables, there are four essential elements that I'd like to share with you today. Number one is your goal. Your goal. Every compelling story starts with a goal. Sometimes the goal is simple as like learning how to use a new product, a new software, a new application. But sometimes the goal can also be very complex and like seeking life's partner, seeking a partner in life. Or maybe the goal could be seeking your what's next, seeking and wanting to have your purpose in life. Or maybe your goal for a season is learning how to eat in healthy ways. Okay? So imagine having this goal, okay, and thinking how you can deliver this using creative works, your printables, your artworks, your infographics, okay? Or many of you can do that infographics in Canva, all right? So have in mind what's your goal in sharing your story. Number two, okay, um, remember, okay, before I move forward, remember, do not skip the goal. Okay, do not skip the goal. You've got to pause. You've got to be very clear what is your goal in using this creative works in sharing the story. Okay, so you've got to be able to share that, get feedback. Okay, so maybe you want that goal of yours, you talk to people and say, hey, I want to work on this material, I want to work on this story. Are you interested with this? Okay. Number two, second essential elements of your story when you are using these printables and creative pieces is your motivation. Okay? Motivation is the why behind your goal. Okay? It's what's gonna keep you driving forward. Okay? Even if you face obstacles. Remember, in creative works, it's a trial and error in the eyes of many people. But in, creative people, every piece is a work of art. Okay? But when you put in stories and you use stories, or you are putting this into stories, there would be a lot of tweaking. There are going to be a lot of adjustments. There are going to be a lot of changes that comes your way, and it could be frustrating at times. But if you are very clear with your motivation, definitely you're going to move forward. So for example, if your motivation is to be able to connect, okay, really like have build these connections with your clients, with your audience, with your target market, you will push through. Okay, so like for months I've been working on journals. Okay, so I've been putting a lot of time improving. Okay, so it was like a year ago when I started publishing my gratitude journal. Okay, and then I moved. I didn't stop in there. I continued to, hone, get some pieces together. Uh, and oftentimes I feel frustrated myself because it's not how I want it to be. But you see, my motivation is to connect with my clients, my future clients, and the people who's following me. Because I realize that there's a lot of thoughts that you cannot share right there in the chat box. Or sometimes you want to connect and you want to hire a coach, you want to hire a service provider, but you just don't know exactly what you need. And if I share a journal, if I share a planner, oftentimes, okay, my client, okay, get to connect, and hmm, that one I can consider coach. So that's my motivation. Okay. So I'm motivated with the way my clients, my students would respond. Of course, most of these planners we are releasing through Decaf Coffee Republic. And so I am so one of my motivation as well is to connect with our clients, our customers. Okay, I'm the CEO, okay, of Decaf Coffee Republic, and so I'm so excited to connect with the audience, with the buyers, with the consumers, with our customers of our vegan food. And so when I create these materials, when I create healthy food, healthy, living for them, my motivation is I'm able to connect. Number three, okay, here's where it gets sweeter. Okay, another essential that you need to craft yourself into is the conflict. Yes, you heard it right. So you've got the goal, you've got the motivations, now you've got the conflict. Every individual's got a conflict in their lives. Whether they have a conflict internally, they have either in conflict with themselves, or they are in conflict with other people, or maybe there's no real people, but they are feeling the complications. Things are conflicting because there might be in one ecology, and that ecology is not suiting their season in life. So whatever it is, there would always be a conflict. There would always be an obstacles. There would always be challenges. Okay, but you see, conflict is really something that it might okay cause you to feel uncomfortable. Okay, it might feel like I'm stuck because I'm having this conflict. But the beauty with conflict, okay, is if you're able to use your creative talent, your creative juices, this conflict will fuel you to go to the next steps, to be creative in seeing what's going to be your next move. That instead of doubting yourself because you are so creative and there's a lot of things you can put into the table, hey, you can, okay, be creative in getting unstuck and getting out of the traps of the world. And because of that, okay, you will also see that whatever conflicts you have, okay, it can also be the force for you to create and produce more because, well, we're creative. I will always find a way. Finally, fourth essential elements would be that part of overcoming that you want to overcome. Okay? What does it mean? The final part of you sharing the story using our printables, our creative executions, our juices, our creative pieces is that we share that we're able to overcome. Be it an internal turmoil, be it a relationship issues. Have you ever realized that every piece of art is a story of triumph? That you're able to overcome your personal challenges, your emotions, maybe your procrastinations, maybe your self-doubt, maybe you've overcome all those words, people behind you telling you you can't make it, you're not going to make money on that, nobody will look into your piece, nobody will appreciate it. And when you're done, you realize, I overcome them all. Because every piece that you create, I suppose you would agree with me that people would say, that's great. There will always be one person that would create with your output. There would always be one person who would appreciate it. There would always one person who would be blessed by it. So that's the world beyond printables. And if that's something, okay, that's connecting with you, there's more. Okay. So this is just like one part. Okay. Storytelling. And there's more. And I'm so excited to like tell you all of this, okay, as we start working together, okay, this April. So if you want to partner with Master Coach A in this line, if you want to bring life, okay, to all your creative pieces and you want your creative juices to continue to flow so you become a blessing to service providers like me, to parents, entrepreneurs, and of course, to the next generations, I invite you, partner with me. Let's explore the world of printables starting this April. Thank you everyone for joining me. This is Master Coach A for Tuesdays with Master Coach A. I'll see you again next Tuesday, same time, 5 p.m. Philippine time. Bye-bye. Have a great week ahead of you. Join me 6 p.m. inside Public Speaking Workshop. This is Module 2. Bye-bye, everyone. Love and boom. Love and boom. Love and boom. Bye!